But more than anything, this celebration is about you. Every listener, every guest, every person who has joined the conversation has helped weave this into a global community. Each conversation has been a thread in a larger tapestry, and we're just getting started. Hey everyone, it's Amy Lynn Durham, and you're listening to Create Magic at Work. Create Magic at Work is on a mission to equip senior leaders with tools they need to be a true quantum leader and actually understand what that means. Improve employee engagement, retain top talent, and transform your workplace culture to have less drama and stress. So let's start making magic. Hey everyone, Amy here. Welcome back to Create Magic at Work. This episode is super special because this September, the podcast turns 4 years old. And what began as a spark has grown into a global conversation about leaders who bridge worlds, honor change, and imagine futures others can't yet see. Today, our community reaches listeners in more than 80 countries, from the United States to the Netherlands, Bangladesh, Singapore, France, and many, many more. And over these past 4 years, we've introduced powerful mini-series like The Magic Formula with John Nieders, Finding Treasures in the Trash with Carrie Jacobs Crevetto, and this summer solo series on the archetypes of change. If you haven't explored those yet, you can binge them anytime at createmagicatwork.net under the podcast tab. Along the way, we've climbed the Apple Podcast charts in the business management category, proof that there's a deep hunger for conversations that combine spiritual intelligence and leadership. And this year, Create Magic at Work was honored with the Magic Maker Award from the People Forward Network, recognizing podcasts that infuse leadership with light, love, and transformation. But more than anything, this celebration is about you. Every listener, every guest, every person who has joined the conversation has helped weave this into a global community. Together, we've explored quantum leadership, resilience, what our relationship is to change, spiritual intelligence, differences between the ego and our higher self, the role of AI in humanity, balancing mental health with goals, and so much more. Each conversation has been a thread in a larger tapestry, and we're just getting started. I'm so excited for what's to come. As an Edgewalker, as my strongest archetype, I have a strong vision for where Create Magic at Work is going to go, and I can sense what's next. And I can't wait to share it with everyone in the Create Magic at Work community that's listening. I want to share a behind the scenes fun fact about Create Magic at Work with all of you. When I was starting the show, and I don't know if many of you know this, but when you're first starting a podcast, you have to pick out your intro music. Well, you don't have to, I guess. Some production companies would pick them out for you, but I picked my own music out. And the music that you hear, the theme music that you hear at the beginning of every episode, is called The Adventure of Life. And I picked it intentionally when the podcast was first launched because we really are on an adventure. And 4 years later, every time I hear it, I'm reminded that we're still on this adventure together. I always envision all of us on our journey, walking the path on this adventure of life. So I felt called on this 4-year anniversary celebration episode to share that fun fact with you. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it brings a little more magic to you when you're listening to the beginning of the show. So I left my corporate job in May of 2019, and I set out on a journey that felt like a life purpose moment for me. I wrote the activity book, Create Magic at Work. I attended the UC Berkeley Haas School of Business Executive Coaching Institute and got my executive coaching certification. And I met someone on LinkedIn. A stranger reached out to me. This is such a magical story. His name was Jakub, and he was from the Czech Republic. Shout out to Jakub if you're listening. He reached out to me in the end of 2019, and I was still new to engaging on LinkedIn with people. And he said, I can help you be a guest on different podcasts to get your message about spiritual intelligence out there. And I thought, wow, that's incredible. Loved the guy. He's great to work with. He's super friendly, delivers on everything he delivers on. I to this day we're still connections, friends, colleagues. He's an incredible human. So I went off on this experience of being booked on multiple podcasts as a guest. And I was so nervous. They had me lined up on all of these shows as my guest booking agent, I guess you would call them. I remember the first podcast interview I did as a guest in 2020. I probably will crawl under a table if you play it in front of me because I would probably be so embarrassed at how nervous I was and what I was saying. But I think that's kind of an important lesson. The expert comes in the practice, right? And I probably wasn't as polished as a guest as I could be today, but you have to start somewhere. And that's the only way to get better. So I went on this experience or this guest tour, I guess you would call it, for quite some time. And I had quite a few people say, hey, you should start your own podcast, kind of recommending. And I thought, well, okay. So in September of 2021, Create Magic at Work, the podcast was born. And there are many, many people that have helped this show come to life. There's no way that I could do this all on my own. I have had a few production teams as the show has grown, and we continue to grow. And I'm just really excited for what's next. So that's a little bit about my journey. When I first started the Create Magic at Work podcast, I was so nervous to be a host in 2021 that I asked two of my really close colleagues and friends to be the first guests on the show. And that was Becky Morrison, who's the author of The Happiness Recipe, and one of my old colleagues from my old corporate days, Scott Rogerson. And I just remember they showed up as guests and supported me in this spark that had no idea where it was going to go. And thank you for taking that leap. I had a couple of other past coworkers, Stephanie Sadler, Sean Moore, that joined, and this show just continued to reverberate out, and people loved the conversations. And so the guests started pouring in and pouring their wisdom and insights about humanity, spiritual intelligence, quantum leadership, and all the things out to all of the listeners. And I have just been so grateful and appreciative of everyone coming together to support the show. So I can't believe how far it's come, but I have a huge vision for where it's going to go. And I just want to thank all of you. I have some favorite episodes that have brought me chills, that have brought tears to my eyes. And I hope that all of you can feel the sincere heart that is put into the Create Magic at Work podcast and the intentionality of the guests and the message that I tried to send to every listener. And I was talking to my friend and colleague the other day, who is actually one of the most popular guests on the podcast, Dr. Aaron Tabacco. He has been a repeat guest discussing presence, how to have presence at a high level in the workplace, and also how to give feedback without someone feeling like they're being attacked, or how to receive feedback with a high level of presence. And those episodes were extremely popular on the show. And we were talking about AI. And that's something that our friend Bill Kurse is involved in quite a bit. Bill was another popular guest on the show. He read his poetry from his book, and the episode was titled AI and the Poetry of Our Existence. And one of the things that Bill shares is holding on to our humanity during this rise of AI is really holding on to things that are touched by humans and remembering how amazing we are in the imperfections of the things that we do. And when Aaron and I were chatting, I thought, this is what the podcast is. It's our voices. We are holding on to the human of our voices when we speak, when we share emotion, when we share differing thoughts, when we share new insightful thoughts that spark someone else to think maybe differently or look at something in a new way that makes their life a little bit better. And I just thought that was so cool. I was like, yeah, this is the holding on to our humanity, is our voice reverberating. And so it just set me off on this new exciting vision for Create Magic at Work that you'll see down the line. I have to wait a little bit for these exciting announcements. But anyways, I just want to thank everyone for being with us along the path, along the journey, and for listening to these conversations, for sharing. If something gave you the chills, or if it made you thought of somebody that you know that you could help them out by listening to a conversation and you sent them over the link, just thank you. Thank you for continuing to help to grow the Create Magic at Work community, and more importantly, the message that we're sharing, that you can lead with wisdom and compassion and maintain inner peace even during stressful times. And we can talk about the different ways to do that. Hey everyone, Amy here. Let's talk about work realities for a second. Whether you're dealing with a tough boss, struggling with team miscommunication, feeling stuck in decision making, let's be real, work drama exists and it's exhausting, but it doesn't have to be this way. At Create Magic at Work, we help leaders like you cut through the chaos, build next level communication skills, and make better, faster decisions without the stress spiral. Whether you're leading a team or just trying to keep your sanity at work, we've got your back. We coach executives and teams like yours to develop interpersonal savvy, drive engagement, and bring your vision and purpose to life so work actually feels energizing again. Imagine that. More engagement, more productivity, less drama. Our executive coaching team has been in your shoes. We've led teams, navigated workplace challenges, and know what it takes to help you succeed and achieve your goals. Real experience, real talk, and real results. If you're thinking, yes, Amy, we need this at my work, then let's talk. Click the link in the show notes and let us help you and your teams become a high-performing, engaged, and productive force of clarity and calm. I'll see you in the Zoom room. Let's throw the stress and drama out the window. Click on the link in the show notes. So throughout the past few years, we have talked in many different ways about burnout. And we've had conversations surrounding burnout. And you hear it a lot in articles, on LinkedIn. It's talked about a lot. There's burnout experts. There's how to cure burnout, this, that, or the other. My belief is we cure burnout by cultivating and creating wise and compassionate leaders. You have to have both wisdom and compassion. Harvard research just released not too long ago an article pointing to that. If you have wisdom and compassion, you can eradicate burnout in the workplace by up to 70%. That's incredible. Incredible. And guess what? What skills give you the ability to operate from wisdom and compassion a larger amount of time? Spiritual intelligence, practicing those skills in the workplace from a faith neutral lens. Incredible, right? So I'm like, yes, like this is bubbling up. People are starting to see this. So that's my take. That's my belief on curing burnout. But a lot of people want to talk about what's the cure, how do we fix it, etc. And you'll see some of the signs, or you might notice some of the signs in the workplace: the disengaged workforce, low energy, people that have decision fatigue, people that are just checking out, and then you either lose your job or maybe you make a decision that isn't the best for you. It's maybe not the wisest and most compassionate for yourself. Boundaries start getting crossed. All of these things happen, right? So in my work as an executive coach, I've definitely seen it can be more than workload, is my point. And it can be from many different things, and each person can be in a different stage. Like if they're kind of in that burnout range, you can be teetering on the edge of burnout. You could be in full out burnout. maybe you're not there yet, but you want to create a life where you never get there. Please, let's eradicate this, right? I want to get to a point where we're not even talking about this. So, my friend Sam Smeltzer, friend and colleague who runs the Heart Center, she's like a corporate burnout recovery center. And a few years ago, we started partnering where she would send clients to me for executive coaching and she would do the energy healing work with them. So we were combining our techniques to help clients, and it has been a game changer. And I feel like it's so innovative for the workplace. Companies, corporations are calling Sam like, what are you doing? This person came back like amazing. They're doing great. Like, whatever you're doing, we want to send more people to you. And so this recipe is something that we wanted to put together and multiply for everyone. So, in honor of our 4 years, and this month, you're hearing this episode mid-September, Sam and I have put together an official program called Energetic Alignment. And we're doing a complimentary webinar series throughout September that you can join. The cool thing about it is it has the energy healers from Sam's team speaking, and it also has the executive coaches from Create Magic at Work speaking. And you can join, listen to the topics that they're speaking on all through September. Even if you missed the past couple of weeks, you can hop on and watch the replays, and you can see what this combining of these two things looks like as far as healing burnout is in the workplace. So this program combines the energy healers from the Heart Center and the executive coaches from Create Magic at Work. Can you imagine as a leader in the workplace? I mean, I just think back to when I was on an airplane once, twice a week, everything thrown at me that could possibly thrown at me. If I had a support system like this, oh my gosh, like where could that have taken me? If I had an executive coach I was meeting and I had an energy healer that was specializing in helping me either prevent burnout or recovering and healing from burnout. Incredible, right? That we're marrying these two. I just feel like it's so innovative. Anyways, this blend of executive coaching and energetic healing is designed to restore energy, prevent burnout, and help you thrive. So we want to get to a point where we understand that burnout is not a badge of honor, that it's a signal that your leadership needs healing. Join us in this experience. It's rare that these come along. It's rare that the caliber of leadership you'll see in the room is doing these complimentary webinars. And it's cool because you can see the coaches be like, oh, I want to be coached by Erin, or I want to be coached by Sean, or, I want to do some energetic healing with Sam, and I want to know what this experience is like. So if you're curious, step into the room and join us. You don't have to come to all of them. Like I said, you'll get full access to all the live conversations and the replays, and you'll be in a private portal of leaders who are rethinking how we work and lead. So it's not too late. Join us. All you have to do is click the link in the show notes and register at the Heart Institute. It's HRART, and you'll be in to the sessions with us. So cheers to the last 4 years. Cheers to Create Magic at Work, the podcast. Oh my gosh, incredible, right? Never would have been doing this long if it wasn't for everyone resonating with the message and supporting the work. Stay tuned for exciting things to come. Thank you for listening. Thank you for showing up. Thank you. This is what gets me the most emotional. Thank you for sharing an episode that maybe gave you the chills, or maybe was like, oh my gosh, so-and-so needs to hear this right now. I'm going to send them the link. Thank you for that. Thank you for bringing that magic and spreading it into the world. And thank you for bringing your own magic into the world of work. I can't wait to see you in the webinar room this September. Until then, wishing you magic on this adventure of life. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming back every week to listen to a new episode of Create Magic at Work and really helping to support and advocate for healthy leaders, workplaces, and lives for all of us. If you want any information on how to connect with me, click on the link in the show notes. You'll get access to all of the social media links for Create Magic at Work. Stay following along for more amazing episodes where we help you improve productivity and profitability in the workplace and decrease stress. Sending magic to everyone, and see you next time.